I'm pleased because I just went around through Chicago with first printing of this book, and just yesterday I had it released through a second printer so that this book will be available throughout Amazon, through the UK and Europe and everything. For those who didn't hear, this is a word that John made up. If you want to be attracted to somebody's pheromones, maybe you could be attracted to somebody's words or ideas or memes, and so he came up with pheromemes, and I thought that was very cool. And I thought I would read 3 things from show poems, things that I've done at features that I have not shared with you guys before. So this first one is called Orders. My uncle was a pilot, and I know he served in the military, but I don't know him well enough. So I always search for stories of the pilot with the plane of plutonium dropped in the Fat Boy over Nagasaki. Because once you're told what to do, thinking can exit the equation, since everyone falls back on, I was only following orders, because who needs to question morals when you have blind obedience? My Netherlands proclaimed neutrality at the start of World War II. Germany invaded anyway, and only one day later, Dutch forces surrendered. Germany then deported the Jews, but not without the help of the Dutch police. You know, the Dutch had one of the highest levels of collaboration with Nazi Germany, because if you can't beat them, join them and just follow orders. But still, I think of my ancestors, Petronella, Johanna, Houston natives, helping the resistance. They were killed for saving lives. That's what you get for having beliefs and not following orders. And yeah, when I was raised, I did what I was told. I didn't get in trouble. I was a good little girl. And what did it get me? A life of doing what I was told to do, until I was left with one war, one voice. But that one voice was only my own, and I no longer had any orders, just a deafening silence in the effort to pick up the pieces so I could have my own justice on my own terms, in my own time. And still, I fight. I wonder if the battle will kill me. I just don't know how long I'll be able to fight an uphill battle when the cards are perpetually stacked against me, and I'm left to fight all alone. You try to do things on your own, but the political pundits say one thing, and the talking heads say another. But you've gained the brains, and after all this time, you should know by now that you're the one making the choices now. You don't have to take orders anymore. This one, I think, confused people when I did a show because I fell down at the end. It collapsed on it. Nobody got that. This one's called Salesman.
Don't have to do that.
I won't. Maybe I'll do something right now. It's called Salesman. The doorbell rang. Who could be stopping by at this hour, I thought, but I put my work down and I walked to the door. A man in a plaid suit stood in the entryway with a worn book in his hand. His business suit seemed like a costume that looked comical for the sad clown. I almost expected to get a twirling bow tie or water squirting out of his fake flower in his pocket, but he flashed me a tired, business-like smile. It almost seemed genuine. And he rambled on and on about, well, I don't really know what he said. I don't even know what he wanted. Oh, what is he selling, I thought, as my head became dizzy with his confusing words. Try to be nice to the strange man. He knocked at your door and you felt obliged to greet him. It all seemed like nonsense. You listened to his words and tried to make sense of his nouns and his verbs, and then you heard fragments, fractions. He mentioned a call to action. I didn't like what I heard, but I tried to listen. I wanted to listen. And after a while, I had to just hold on to the door frame. I had to hold on to it to try to keep myself steady while this man's thoughts tried to knock me down. I finally stopped him. What are you trying to sell me? What are you trying to do? I said. And the man looked at me and said, I'm trying to sell you an ideology. I'm trying to poison your mind. I slammed the door in his face. Alone, I let go of the door frame. I fell down. This one was from the Osmic Center, I think, last year. This is called Ultimate Connectivity, Disconnect to Reconnect. People are rushing, don't have time for breakfast after you've slammed the alarm snooze button down 3 times. You stumble out of bed, you're clean enough, forget the shower, clean up your face, smooth your hair, put on your work clothes, grab a briefcase, lock the door, speed up and avoid the sweat of a near sprint, and you make your way to the train or to the bus stop. You can get something to eat on the way, you think, as your light pant doesn't change once you stop at the stop. You've got places to be. Check your watch, look down the street. Where is your carrier? You need that vehicle to get you to where you need to be. Pace a bit. Adjust your clothes. Check your watch again. This is corporate America, you think. Hurry up and wait. Your world rotates at 1,000 miles an hour. Everything is spinning. You see more and more, but feel connected less and less. So maybe it's time to make choices, and it's time to lay claim to everything we've been blindly giving away. Because if I can make choices to walk flights of stairs instead of taking smoke breaks at work, or if I can pick recycling garbage left in the streets by piggish people who can't take care of their own trash, because if I complain about it and don't do anything about it, I'm just about as bad as them. But if I can make choices like that, maybe it's time to look for peace or even meditate anywhere. I mean, if you're waiting for work at the stop, then try to relax right there. Maybe you can access at close to 1,000 miles an hour. It speeds around our sun at 66,000 miles an hour. And our solar system is hurtling through our outer edge of our Milky Way galaxy at 483,000 miles an hour. And newsflash, the entire galaxy is speeding away from every other galaxy too, an astounding 1.3 million miles an hour, which last time I checked means that we're getting closer and closer to the speed of light. So, if the news from the world bombards you while you're being hurtled through the cosmos, maybe then you just need to meditate, mentally step outside it all. Maybe then you can gain a new perspective, come to peace with everything, and maybe that is when you can disconnect, that this hurtling earth can actually come full circle, and everything can connect once again.